there's some nonsense about releasing parts of the files, but redacting Republican names, but only allowing Democratic names to go out should there be. And I don't care who's in it. I want to, if you're a bad person, I want to know. But anyway, the message is that that's not even possible, because there's some misconception that only people in the U.S. have this information. That's not true. That's not true, is what they keep saying. There are so many people involved in this that there's so many people outside the U.S. even that has all the details. They're trying to control it, and they can't. I want to say there's something about a new accuser coming forward. And I worry about it. Not in the sense that, like, they shouldn't come forward. They absolutely need justice. Everybody in the situation needs justice. I worry about the person. And I think it's why it has taken this person so long to come forward. In some way, there's like a threat closer by that they are aware of. Obviously, anybody that comes forward against certain people, there's a threat, but there's like a connection they see that is a threat. And it's why it's taken so long. What is going on here? So it would be like, I don't know, they've already been threatened, or they know how they would get to this person should they need to threaten them. And this person sees that connection. There's something there they see, but they are going to come forward. And is that together or that separate? So I see like a new person, another person coming forward, another victim coming forward with information, but then there's also new information. And I'm not sure if the new information / details is via the new person coming forward, or are those two separate things. But this continues. This, like, I just keep seeing, droplets, bit by bit, more stuff, more details, and anxiety. There's anxiety. I feel anxiety around it. Whose anxiety? I'm feeling the anxiety of the new person coming forward. I always feel the anxiety of the people involved. But this person, there's this anxiety. There's a threat. They're aware of a threat. And like I said, everybody is aware they're going to be threatened or could potentially be threatened, but this person sees a direct threat. And there's anxiety, but it's just with, like I keep saying about all the energy waves, it's bringing things to the surface, and this person just can't stand by anymore and stay silent. But they're very anxious. And there's something about how the story will be backed up really, really well. They've got, I don't know, receipts, or they've got, a consistent story, or like there's a way that, like, obviously they're going to try to dispel whatever anybody says, but this person's got a rock solid, I don't know, either story or proof, or they hold the goods. Now wait a minute, because I don't know, because now I'm feeling like I'm maybe I'll just choose to stay silent. This might be the battle in their head, where it's like, I just have to do this, and then it's like, well, maybe I'll just stay silent. I don't know what that's about, but I keep getting, they hold the goods. They're trying to time it right. There's something about the timing of it. Or if the person isn't concerned about timing, their guides are. There's something about the divine timing of it. And then things happen very quickly. But I don't think it's like the victims just had like a press conference, a news conference, it's not done that way. It's not as if they, go to the news outlets and tell their, it's not done that way. But obviously the news finds out about it. It's not done that way. So maybe it's done through the courts or a safer way to them. And there's something about this person's character. They're not, crazy, delusional. Like you'd be hard pressed to come against them in that way. Yeah, definitely something about the character of this person. I don't know, maybe they're more the intellectual type. I think they're not very reactive. You know how everywhere you look these days, somebody will say something and the other person just mindlessly reacts. They're not like that. There's something specific about the character of this person, and that it would be hard to shake them up, to refute what they say. There's some very either like concrete evidence. They're a very grounded person. There's something specific about, again, the timing and the character and the receipts they have or something. And that's why it has to be the perfect timing? I'm not sure. Oh, why am I getting these things? I'm going to say this person's very intelligent. Because, okay, again, there's something about the timing and the solidness of it all. But that it's not new. It's not, this happened to me 20 years ago and this is the first time I'm saying something. Like, there's been things all along. Documented. I'm getting documented. Things documented over the course of years. Before anybody was even talking about it. For safekeeping. Some documentation or dare I say recordings or something that has been put or sent somewhere for safekeeping a long time ago. Not even just since it's come up. And they know this and they know about the timing and doing it in a way that they'll be safe. Highlighting that it's not new. It's not somebody just comes out of the blue. It's years of I don't telling people, going to doctors, something about, like, I'm seeing some kind of proof sealed up and like sent to somewhere for safekeeping, or like in a what do you call those at the bank, those safety deposit boxes, or like, I don't know, but it was done a long time ago before they ever considered coming forward. Because they're very smart and they think long term. They think, you know what I mean? They think things through. They're not somebody who just acts out on a whim. I'd like to meet this person because I don't meet people like that. Jeez. So, I should say this as well. The whole point, the reason I'm doing this is because I kept getting things about this weekend in particular. And let me say, the person coming forward isn't about this weekend. But I was getting that and getting something happens this weekend, over the weekend, having to do with the Epstein files. I don't think that's the big story, but something about it this weekend. And also this weekend, severe weather, in the mid part of the U.S., probably near me. severe weather, flooding, tornado, and I'm getting, so all the severe weather is happening, extreme weather, and it's all sort of, gosh, I don't know how to say this, equivalent to, well, I guess biblically it's, the blowing of the horns. It's all supposed to be waking us up, and we're just not. Most of us just we're not. I'm getting that everything in the end will work out. It'll just be different. Like, these are changes that have to happen, and in order to have these changes, certain people, certain things have to be exposed, because we've just been sleeping. We've just been walking through life, and with the growth of internet and social media, and now we carry the internet in our hands. We're asleep. We're so busy looking at the shiny thing and the latest thing and the new TikTok and the blah blah blah, and the people that are so busy building their online persona, and everybody's just sleeping, and all these things are happening to wake us up, and they're not. And so the extreme weather is going to continue. There's something about how we can't rely on sort of the weather forecasting system here, because, well, I'm just being honest, because the funding has been cut, and there's corruption everywhere, and heavy rain this weekend. If you are in the usual spots where this heavy rain and flooding has been, it wouldn't hurt just to, take some precautions. Get the things you need. Should your power go out, should you, need supplies. I do think there's definitely power outages. Be sure you have water, the usual stuff. People go crazy with toilet paper, get toilet paper. There's some bad weather, but also outside of the U.S. But obviously I'm in the U.S., so that's where I'm thinking. But I guess now China, or China and India, north. I keep getting north. And it's waking us up. The extreme weather is waking us up to the fact that we're doing this. We have done this. We have to, there's so many people not acknowledging the things we've done to change the climate. And so we've made the weather inconsistent and unpredictable. It's the horns. They're blowing the horn to wake the frig up. We have pushed this planet to the point of it's toxic. It's toxic. And there is no going back. We're never going to go back. Because I know that I've had my entire life, there has been a quote-unquote Earth Day, which was supposed to just sort of get us to wake up to this and start making some gradual changes. That's 50 years ago. And we did nothing. There's no going back. So that's what they're saying. It's going off the rails, and they're blowing the horns, trying to get us to wake up. We're not doing it. $150 years. 150 years. The planet is literally screaming at us. And we just keep, thoughts and prayers. Anyway, for the weekend, extreme weather. But I don't get any, knock on wood, I don't get loss of lives but just flooding, a lot of flooding and maybe some tornadoes. Cause and effect. It just keeps showing me it's cause and effect, cause and effect. You don't like the effect, change the cause. But also that it's a way of bringing people together. When the year of Katrina, I was living in Key West, and we got hit, I believe it was 5 times that year. And everybody just sort of didn't take hurricanes seriously because it happened, and they had hurricane parties and blah blah blah. Then Katrina hit, and we got hit a couple weeks later with Wilma, and people on my block that I rarely even said hello to, let alone had conversations with, suddenly were doing each other's laundry and storing people's food. Like, oh, I have a washer that's working, but you have a dryer that's working. And so everybody in the neighborhood figures out, where to take stuff. People become your family that you didn't even pay any attention to. I think that's part of it. It's a way to bring those people together because we're so far apart. I see an earthquake. Is that this weekend? Soon. I'm not positive that's this weekend, but soon. I don't think it's big. Though I want to say I have been getting a bigger one in the fall. Under the water, which I believe would lead to like a sort of tsunami, right? So, is that the India? I'm seeing India again in connection with that. Or, is that India or Indian Ocean? Severe weather for the next, year or two. For the next year or two. And then they're showing scientists scrambling already. Like they know this. They're aware. Things get worse over the next year or two with this. What's it called? Seismologists are scrambling. And scrambling about volcanoes because of things this year. Remember when I said 2025 is the year that changes everything? Some things came up this year. Some things were discovered this year about volcanoes is what I'm getting. But the earth is definitely screaming at us. Stop. I don't know. They just show like a lot going on behind the scenes that we're not. It's not even making the news. We're still interested in our TikToks and our bullshit. Why am I shifting? We're shifting. Hollywood. Oy vey.